Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Hey. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I see that we have a few people on the line. That's good. I thought that everybody would be sleep on me. Not everybody. I think I saw a Tiff on YouTube. Good to see you, my sis. Henry Torres on YouTube. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Just trying to see who's who. But I know you all will be showing up right here in our chat. Good to see you. If you can, for y'all who are on Facebook, like and share your page. If you are on YouTube, smash the like button so that people know this episode exists and that the algorithm will pick us up. Look, well, without further ado, let's get it started. I'm glad to see everybody here, and I want to say welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality by way of work. And our first starting goals here for the rest of 2024 at the same time until it happens, we want to help at least 500 people help bring their imagination into reality. Listen, if we're meeting for the first time, for all of you who don't know me, that will be coming onto our page for the first time. My name is Donald Francis, and I'm happy to meet you with all love, peace, gratitude, and respect. Listen, you only see us here, but you'll also see us at It's Life Podcast. We're located right here on YouTube, located also right here on Facebook. And if you go there to help you to to help you with your skills on your people skills and stuff like that, you'll love it. Listen, if you like entertainment and you like short films and you like skits and stuff like that, you like illustrations and talking head videos, you want to go right here to It's All You TV, ITZALLYOU TV. If you can't catch us the rest of this week, although we only had a 4-day week, you can catch us right here on Sunday, which is at Channel 49 TV, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's good to see you all. I'm glad that you're all here. And you all know that we are talking about a really, really touchy kind of like subject. Henry Watkins, good to see you. Lynette, oh, was that Laureate? Oh, Laureata, good to see you, Laureata. And Louis Torres, good to see you. Sorry, y'all. Well, we're talking about a really, really deep topic today, and it's called being rejected, you know? And rejection is something that none of us would like to face. None of us want to go on and see, and feel this. The emotional system behind rejection is something that can cause a person to want to simply give up. But today, hopefully, after this particular program, you'll be more embracing about rejection and the benefits of what rejection can actually bring. So look, it's good to see you all. Let's get this thing started. Angela Hall's on the line. She is a superstar to me. I'm glad that she's here. So let's talk about being rejected, what it's like, and what are some of the benefits of being rejected. And for some reason, I looked up some research, and I want to talk about urban rejection, not just rejection, but some of us, we be rejected in a specific way that can hurt us, and we know the obvious stuff. But let's take a look at the first template and the first topic and other bullets that we're going to talk about under this particular topic called, understand the urban dynamics. And what do I mean by that? And that means I want you to understand that when we look at the urban dynamics, we're looking at what we call competition. We're looking at people who are actually fast paced. Have you ever felt like, I would love to pursue this particular area, but as I stumble upon my research and I see how many people who are in this niche and in this niche, it seems as though that they're talking about the topics I want to talk about, that they're doing the stuff that I would like to do. They're doing it in the way that I would have loved to have done it. So now it discourages you. And rather, than that, that's a form of rejection. Tiffany, good to see you. That's a form of rejection, to some degree, because it's like, wait a minute. They're far gone and I'm just starting out. How in the world am I going to be able to cover topics like that? And if they're very influential, then what can I do? Someone who's not even known. You got what I'm saying? But what I want to encourage you about while we take a look at, first of all, not only the, understanding of the dynamic, but let's take a look at this. There is high competition, in any cities, there are a lot of higher density and talented individuals, for smaller positions and bigger opportunities. People recognize that rejection isn't necessarily a reflection of who you are and inadequacy, not at all, but rather the nature of the competition. So when you take a look at people and what they're doing, they might be moving fast. And I oftentimes say this: never ever compare your beginning or your beginning stages to somebody else's middle. And the reason why I consider their middle rather than their end is because they're still living. But when you got somebody who's been influenced you out there longer than you, that's someone that you want to glean from. You don't want to look at them like they're just competition, but you want to glean from them and say, wow, let's take a look at their earlier work, because maybe I need to start there because that's where they started. They started earlier, right? So let's take a look at what they did when they did their earlier work. Maybe that'll give us some good tips and stuff like that. We do know that it is high volume, high competition out there. And this is what it's causing people to do. Be fast paced. The rapid pace of urban life means decisions are made quickly, So watch this, which can sometimes result to more frequent rejection, and it can allow for parts of your environmental state not to be so sober, but to be discouraging. You see what I'm saying? Because people are running at a fast pace. We talked about the four classes of people not so long ago, and we talked about how we have people who are yellow. Those are people who are harmony. They don't want a cup of coffee unless you have a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? They want what you want. And in fact, sometimes what they'll do is that they'll even ask you for specific advice they already know about, but they just want to include you in their ideas. We know also, number two, we got blues. Blues are process people. They're not leaving their house till they find out detail for detail what's going on. They're not going to go nowhere until they know who's going, how to get there, what time are we leaving, what time are we expecting to arrive, what time are we expecting to leave from there, and what time are we expecting to get back. Process people. But here's the people that we're talking about when we talk about this kind of competition, and that's green people. Green people are fast-paced people. They cannot be held back. So you might be like, listen, Sally told me to get there at 8 o'clock. I got there at 8:01 and she bounced. Why? Because there are people out here who are green people. Nicole, good to see you. Phil, good to see you. Good to see everybody. I'll get to all of you up. So these are green people, fast-paced people, and that's competition. And sometimes you can feel like you've been rejected because there are those of them who gotten there before you. But can I tell you something? They've gotten there not before you. They got there at the time that they were supposed to get there, but not at the time you were supposed to get there, because everything takes time and development. Tiffany said, absolutely. Each one teach one. Come on, y'all. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? There's such a thing called healthy competition, which motivates you. I like the way Jay-Z said it. He says, a lot of my peers I spar with, not because of the fact that I'm better or they're better, but because we have what they call a friendly battle. It's good to spar every now and again with people to know that, to see where you are. You get what I'm saying? To see where you are. So yeah, so we have a lot of people that are not on, we got a lot of high competition out there. We do understand that. But can I tell you something? For those of you, excuse me, for those of you who want to, by the way, I got my pump, y'all know. For those of you who are, trying to do a YouTube page, rather you're trying to do something on social media, you're trying to get some type of mailing list going on, whatever it is that you're trying to do, to get people attention, whatever you pursue and whatever your specialty is, it's always good to channel new beginners, because you can always teach a how to. You can always teach a this for beginners or that for beginners, because trillions of people every single day are joining TikTok, joining Instagram, joining YouTube, joining Facebook. You could always find, your business to go there. Yeah, for sure. The person that came before you, you might say, well, when was a good time for me to start? What is that I want to do now? 3 years ago. But when's the next best time? Now. Simple. Because you want to channel the people that are coming on. You were once a newcomer. You looked for how-tos. You looked for, how do I start? Where do I start? There is somebody out there waiting for you who started maybe a month or two before you, just to be able to gravitate to you. And all of a sudden now you become a great asset to, well, they become a great asset to you. So here's another thing. Watch this. I like this. Leverage urban resources. Now, there's a couple of bullets. Well, there's only really one bullet under, leveraging your resources when, it's time for you to be, when we face rejection and we face things that might be hard. And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty in a few minutes, but I want to just cover some of these, general topics. Obviously, when you want to leverage on your urban resources, and not just urban, but watch this. Networking is always good. Networking opportunity. And this is something that you want to really hone down in on. especially when it comes to, I'm saying, starting stuff that you want to pursue, you know what I'm saying, and you know that there's going to be a lot of no's, a lot of maybes, a lot of so's, or whatever the case to be. One thing I say about YouTube before we get into that particular bullet, one thing I say about YouTube is that when you got people who are viewing you every single day, they haven't subscribed to you, the viewers are still dating you. You know, they want to see, well, you know, they're still dating you. Even people on Facebook, you know, people are still dating you. They come in for the views. They're viewing you, you know what I'm saying? But people will become your friend and follow you permanently and marry you, you know, when they get that one magical miracle moment off of what it is that you've said, especially if you've been consistent. So when you look at networking opportunities, you know what I'm saying, use, you know, the dense network, I'm saying, all of these wonderful networks, you know, of professionals and support groups that's available to all of what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? Attend meetups and workshops and social events. You know what I'm saying? Build a support system to find mentors who can provide guidance, you know what I'm saying, in your niche and where you want to go. And so one of the things that I've learned, and I want to say this to everybody, listen, you know, don't deprive yourself by saying to yourself that whatever it is that you want, y'all all know, you know, I started my own business. I'm my own boss now, thank God. You feel what I'm saying? Still trying to make it and stuff like that. But in the process, you know, I always admonish people, listen, don't limit yourself by telling yourself what is that you do not want to do, or what you would not pursue, or what you would not use, because the very thing that you wouldn't use might be the very thing that'll get you to where you have to go and get the people, you know what I'm saying, and view duration and all of, you know, whatever it is that you need to you. And so don't simply despise the social media aspect. You get what I'm saying? Because you got to get who you are out there somehow. You feel what I'm saying? You can't just sit there and be like, well, all right, it's just going to come to me. And all of us, we have faith, you know, but faith without the work is dead. You can sit there all day. Well, God's going to bring, he's going to send, he's going to be like, yeah, he sent it. But bro, you got to open the door. You know what I'm saying? You got to open the window. Yo, you got to fill out the application. Yo, you got to create that poster. You got to get those business cards. You got to get that email list. Come on, y'all. You got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So listen, you can tell, and this is the reason why I love this particular topic about network opportunities. Because see, first of all, there was a young lady I was listening to, and I shared this with the church on Sunday, but I want to share it with you while we're on the topic of networking. Because see, here's the deal. In the midst of networking is where you'll find the most of your rejection or being rejected, the most of your yes and or your no's. You see what I'm saying? But when you surround yourself around groups of people who've been past that rejection, been past that no, there should be no reason why you even get a no, because of all the high technology and the people who have put in work to help us out. You know, I've always learned that, listen, if you got a mentor, pay them what they want. You see what I'm saying? Get from them what you need. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, most of us should know about no's, rejection. And that's why I wanted to, you know, share with you about this young lady who was on, for some reason, I look at Mrs. Mel Robbins because I have to pay attention to some things, you know. There's certain things I don't agree with, but there's some things that, you know, she said that's very, very right. And I got offended because we talked about, you know, our channel is called Manifested Thoughts Podcast, right? Right. And we know that thoughts can't manifest anything. You feel what I'm saying? We understand that. But you need your thought system to see what it is that you want to manifest. So when she got up and she's like, your thoughts can't do anything for you. And I was like, all right, cool. I understand that you're going kind of hard. But here's the thing. I love what she says. She says, listen, one of the things that you need your thoughts for when you want to manifest certain things by putting things to work and putting your hand on it, you need your thoughts only when it's time for you to decide to take action about what it is that you want to pursue. And I agree with that 100%. Ron G, what's up, baby boy? Good to see you. You see what I'm saying? 100%. So listen, when we take a look at these resources, and I talked to the church about this, I want to share this with you, if you will. And I'm not preaching to you or anything. We're just talking straight, you know, practical talk. Excuse me. And that is, you know, there was a lady who spoke to Mrs. Mel Robbins, who Mel Robbins pursued her because now she is this big time lady. And I'll tell you exactly, you know what I'm saying, where she's big time at. And that is, she says, you know, she did makeup and cosmetics and stuff like that. And she went around, you know, trying to shop around to see who would invest, you know, in her work. She went to different banks and stuff like that. She says she had a ton of no's, 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 no. Until one day she went to this particular state and she found one bank that decided to give her a yes. Now here's the deal. When she get these cosmetics, she have to buy all of this stuff, tons and hundreds of stuff. So she was going on faith because here's the deal. Any opportunity that she would get to have a bank invest in her, they would lend her this specific amount of money. She got to get all of the products that she want to sell, right? But she only had one shot at making it happen. So she got a whole bunch of no's, 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 no's. And the last no she had gotten, she said she's very adamant on finding out why did they say no, because she know that there was something that she had that would make billions of dollars, but more so, she understood that it would benefit people because that was the key. And I'm gonna tell you something, for those of us who want to do certain things, what I'm saying, and you want to go into business, you want to go into sales, you don't ever want to sell a product that you're going to try to convince people to buy, because when you do certain things like that, you're more or less now doing it for yourself. And it's nothing wrong with it, depending upon, what angle you're coming from. But if you are going to sell something that people already want, but you become value to the answer and the solution to their problem, then they'll feel that you've been thinking more about them than to benefit yourself. And see, you have to come, it's good to be deliberate about what it is that you want. What I'm saying? It's good to be deliberate and on purpose about the number you want to raise, but you got to understand the power of influence first. You got to understand the power of trust first. You have to understand the power of character first, and humility first, and customer service first before you decide. I don't care whether you're going to sell a product. I don't care if you're going to render a service. Those are the only two types of businesses that you're going to go into. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to understand your customers. Who are your ideal target people? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you have to find out where they hang out on social media, find out where they like to shop, find out where they like to hang out and who they like to listen to. You have to find out all of this stuff and allow for that stuff to become of an encouragement to you. Because bet the bottom dollar, and I don't gamble. I promise you, anybody that they're looking at is going to probably be twice as better than you. You know what I'm saying? Something that they have that you probably don't have because they've been in business longer than you. So at the same time, it's good for us to get into groups. You know what I'm saying? Find people who are in that niche and that niche. That's why I keep trying to tell people, listen, I don't see how you don't have friends if you are by yourself. Because at the end of the day, you could be the most popular person and still be by yourself, and people not understand that. But you can make friends depending upon the very thing you both or three or four agree on. So if you can get into some type of group, if you can get into some type of area where people are like-minded to where you're going, and I love the way Tabitha Brown says it, and that's why I'm still on this. I'm sorry. I'm almost, you know what I'm saying? One thing about Tabitha Brown, she said like this: the reason why you're not going to get where you want to go is because your life and what you do right now is not aligned to where you're trying to go. You have to align your life. How do I align my life? Get into groups. Listen, if you got to pay specific money, then pay it. Right now, I'm in a group, and I'm not going to tell you how much that group cost me, but I thank God for favor because I didn't have to purchase the complete full price. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for the hearts and stuff like that. If I'm talking right, thank you so much if you're getting value so far. So listen, get into groups, attend group meetups, attend workshops, attend social events. You know what I'm saying? Build a support system to find mentors who can provide the guidance and resources that you need. Here's another topic that I want to talk about: creative, cultivate a personal brand. And I want y'all to say something. Quick disclosure: some of this content right here I've come across in other topics because they're both relevant. You know what I'm saying? But this is going to be approached, even though they might be, the same topic, they're going to be approached a different way only because of the topic that we're talking about at hand. Please do me a favor, let me know if you're getting value, even if you're on Twitter, even if you're on YouTube, both Facebook channels, whatever have you. Listen, cultivate a personal brand. know what I'm saying? Listen, one of the things that you got to know is that this right here is very important when we talk about facing rejection, because these are the elements that's going to build up your system, your digestive system. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to take on the no and allow for the no to be encouragement to you. Resilience in identity. Develop a strong sense of self that's independent uh, of external validations. So listen, you want to develop everything that you can according to your personal use and your mental state. Your personal brand should be excuse me, your personal brand should be about your core values, strengths, passions, and not just your success. And see, when you look at resilience simply means I'm bouncing back from a nasty no, bouncing back from a nasty rejection, bouncing back from a nasty anything that could have caused me to be set back only because, I got to know. And one of the things that this lady said about Mel, and that's why I wanted to move on real quick and move on to this so I can talk to you about resilience. When she spoke to Mrs. Mel Robbins, she said it like this. She says, the last no, she says, first of all, she was running out of money of buying different cosmetics, running out of, stuff that money that was going to cause her to sort of sell her brand and publicizing things because she was her own person. You see what I'm saying? Trying to demonstrate how things work, and all this type of stuff. But the last no that she got before she got the yes, she asked the person, she asked the bank, she says, but we set everything up. And that's the deal. She was at the table, ready to sign the paper. Because when she first sold it to them, they were like, yes, we love it. We love it. Come next week. Let's sit at the table. Let's go forth. Sat at the table, went with it. And Louis Torres, I promise you, brother, let me tell you what happened. At the time that she was about to sign, they said, oh, yeah, we decided to go another place. We decided to go another way. She says, the only thing I need to know is why. This is why. Know what he said? The guy says, well, you selling cosmetics, but your face don't look like anything. And you're slightly overweight. And so upon your presentation, you don't look like you even fit your own cosmetics. And so when she heard, she says, because she's a God believer and she's a woman of faith, she says, and she pointed to her stomach. She says, when he said no to me, she says, I thought about my no. So he said no, N-O, but she says, I thought about my K-N-O-W, my no. So she's like, nah. Even though he said no, she know her no. She understood her no. She understood her resilience. She's like, yeah, but you don't know what I know. And I know that even though I got 100 no's, there's at least one yes out there. And by golly, whether you know it or not, she went to that next small bank that said, we'll fund you. And now, being that now she's being funded, she's like, well, how am I going to sell this thing? I need to sell it. She also got the opportunity to go on one of the networks, which was the one of the newscasts. And they were like, well, we'll give you a one-shot deal at selling it, and if you don't sell it, now that means she have to give all of that hundreds of thousands of money back. Where's she going to get it? She's down to her last. She have nothing else to do. She got up there when the cameras came on, she said she got stunned. And she went up there with no makeup so that she could demonstrate. So her assistant came and stepped in and started to, put the makeup on, and she slowly started to speak. And before you know it, she sold out. She sold out. You know what I'm saying? Perseverance, David, is all. So when you face resilience, because you know that you have an identity within your resilience to be able to bounce back, you have a KNOW in you, not an NO in you. Because sometimes we believe the first three NOs, you see what I'm saying? And you forget your KNOW. Come on, man. This is the season and time. 2024, we are in our last week before we get into the last year. Are you going to be resilient about, what you had to face? How many no's have you gotten? How many NOs have you gotten in 2023? And do you have a strategy plan while you face rejection? And I want to just stop here for a quick second just to talk to you about this book called The Dip by Seth Godin. DIP, The Dip. And I want to just bring this back to you. Rejection sometimes can cause you to get to the lowest point of your life. But when you're at the low point of your life, is the time for you to gather all the information about you that's true, right? And turn. So sometimes you when you first start out your idea, you think that everybody's gonna be there, and you'll have a whole bunch of people that'll tell you, oh, this sounds good, this sounds good, this sounds good. Yo, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. And it's true. It's true. But you got so much praise. Sometimes we fail to think about some of the rejections that we might face. And you gotta really gear up for the no's. I'm not gonna get everybody. In fact, you're not gonna sell to everybody. And in fact, if you try to reach everybody, you'll wind up reaching nobody. So you have to understand your target audience. You see what I'm saying? Know what you are up against and create the skin and the stomach to be able to match that. You feel what I'm saying? This is what we talk about resilience, to bounce back. Know your plan. Seth Godin said it like this. He says there are three things when you hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Three things when you got low emotion, low self-esteem because of the no's. Either it allowed for you to fall out of your vision and out of your idea. You see what I'm saying? That's number one. And now you have to find your way back. You know what I'm saying? Into your vision. Number two, what you might need to do is either you are moving, right? But you're not moving fast enough for your taste. You see what I'm saying? Thirdly, either you are existing in your vision, right? But you're only existing, you're at a standstill. You see? So either three things are going to take place. Either you're falling out of your vision, you're at a standstill, not moving nowhere, or you're actually moving and you're not moving fast enough for your taste. But that's the time for you to gather all of what caused you to be rejected. Take note, you know what I'm saying, and take it in as motivation. So resilience and identity is something we got to take a look at. Let's take a look at something else that's underneath this topic we call cultivate a personal brand. You see what I'm saying? Resilience, identity, right? Watch this. Online presence. An online presence is everything, whether you know it or not. You feel what I'm saying? Despite rejection, you still got to get your stuff out there. Use social media, and professional networks to showcase your skill and your interest. Watch this, or your product. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a robust online presence that can open new doors and reduce any sting of any single rejection. Sometimes when you have a strong online presence, in which most of us are trying to do, we're trying to, make sure that we have a robust presence. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way Mr. Sean Cannell said, he says, the reason why I have my business to make money, it's not because I want business for the sake of just financial freedom and being able to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. He says, but I'm not doing it for the sake of making money. He says, I make money so that I could never, ever be bought. I said, wow. Wow. He says, I want to make so much money that people know I can't be bought out. I can't be bought out. You can't even buy my business because it's making so much money. You can't buy me out. You see what I'm saying? And it's okay, to be that ambitious. You feel what I'm saying? Think big. We got a video about that. Go check out one of our lives. It's under the topic Think Big. So you want to make sure you have a strong presence so that you could never ever focus on a single rejection or 4 rejections or 10 rejections. 10 rejections are still too small. Let's look at this. Watch this. Stay informed, right? And adaptable. I like this right here because I'm going to tell you one of the things that you have to know about staying informed is this: market awareness. Keep up with the latest trends, right? And everything that's out there in the field. Understand what's sought after. That can help, your trailer or trailer your approach on different aspects It will help you, you know what I'm saying, and yourself to be more marketable when you're out there finding out. I was listening to Mr. Pat David, um, and one of the things he's a multi-billion dollar dude, and he was saying, listen, a lot of us who are out here and out there doing their business and stuff like that, not only doing their business, but you've been in it for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? You cannot reject the newcomers that will come into your lane or come into your marketplace or come into your sales place. You can't reject any of the young people because a lot of the young people are knowing the next best thing beside you. You know, you can't have the attitude, look, I'm much older. I had this clout and y'all can't tell me how to do it. Yeah, but they're up on what the latest trends are. It doesn't mean that you have to convert to the latest trend. Doesn't mean that. Just mean you have to keep up with the latest trend. Keep up with what's going on. Don't deny that. This is the reason why we face rejection because we're not following the latest trend. Shout out to my boy Drew Joyner. He's a Gen Z, but he also know b-boy, clothing and stuff like that. He can tell you all about fabrics and stuff like that. He's the newest thing. And everybody's following him. He got maybe over 500 some odd K, what I'm saying, subscriber base, not views, but subscriber base. He's on his way to 1 million really soon. You see what I'm saying? So I keep up with him, not only to keep up with the latest of the fashion, but watch this. I still want merch for my marketing, and I want to keep up with the latest trends. It's not just this right here that I'm wearing. This is because of my era. This is what I'm used to. But you know what I'm saying, we have to still keep up with the latest trends. Maybe it's because we're not up on what we're supposed to be up on according to our research that causes us to be rejected sometimes. Flexibility is another thing that you want to take a look at. Be willing to pivot. Sometimes rejection is a sign that you need to change your strategy, learn new skills, or more, or even more. Explore different avenues because your way is not the only way. You got to come to the conclusion, look, it's not just my way. And just because I do what I do my way, don't mean somebody else have to do it the same way. You can give them some value about the principal traits, what I'm saying, the principles that they're going to be able to face. But it doesn't mean that every avenue that you take, they're going to be able to take and be successful in that. If they're interested and they've watched you and you become influential to them, then they might want to take your point of reference as a point of reference and as motivation to be able to master what you do so that they can veer off and take the training rules off themselves. If I'm giving you value, let me know, y'all. Come on, somebody. You feel me? Say, my boy Alonzo's on the line. Here's another thing. Create a routine for resilience. Now, what we're talking about here is preparing for your NO, preparing for your no, preparing for the worst thing that can happen. Listen, you're motivated. Just like Mr. Seth Godin was like, listen, you're going to fall to a deep level. You might fall and be rejected, but watch this. Just like you might be rejected, maybe you might not ever be rejected. Maybe that one time may happen for you. We'll come and cross that, as soon as we can. But listen, create a routine for resilience. That means create a routine to be able to bounce back. That's not only in your business, not only financial, but how about mentally? How about spiritually? How about physically? You see what I'm saying? Let's talk about some of the bullets that's underneath that. Mindfulness practices. That's what you want. Engage in activities like meditation. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all like to, work out. It's not only yoga, but mental clarity, right? And reduce stress. Mental clarity. Can I tell you something? I've learned something about the word clarity that I want to share with you. Because here's the deal. Clarity is something that will give you the proper guidance to where you want to go after being rejected. And I'm talking about this, what you do after you've had like 100 no's to something that you're trying to sell people. You feel what I'm saying? But watch this. One of the things that I've learned about clarity, two things. Clarity, number one, will give you a clear view, which is what clarity is, of where you want to go. But clarity, number two, is something that will scare you. It will make you afraid, because once you are clear on all of what it is that you have to put into doing the work to become who you desire to become. Hold on. Let me tell you something. That's one thing. It's going to scare you. It's going to scare you because watch this. It might cause you to move in avenues you've never seen yourself being in. Come across people you've never seen yourself coming across. Doing stuff you've never seen yourself doing. Well, how am I? Wow, I'm doing computer filing, but I'm a chef. But I need to make sure that my business is together. Let me ask you a question. For those of you who might have your own business, are you your own team? Because watch this, you have to afford a team. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we have rejections because we're not prepared in specific areas. And it's not just in a company, but how about your personal life? You see what I'm saying? Get your paperwork together. You know what I'm saying? Get your merch together. Prepare yourself for the next day, the day before. Your day tomorrow do not start tomorrow. It start today. I made sure. I never thought I was going to tell on myself, but I'm going to tell myself now. I've actually prepared for what it was I wanted to do for today. I've prepared, and I got to confess, what I'm wearing right now was not what I planned to wear. Glad that Christmas time was good for me because my wife had bought me some nice merch. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get me a nice haircut. I'm going to get me some kicks. I'm not wearing a hat. I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying, make sure my hair together, get me a nice shape up, this, that, and the other. I want people to, she bought me some smell goods. I wash up every day. So, I don't think she's saying anything about that. You know, brought me some smell goods. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait. My first day after Christmas, we looking fresh. Yeah, we looking lit. What did I say? I don't know what y'all millennials say. But anyway, we're going to look good. You see what I'm saying? And yo, listen, got all my stuff together. I packed my lunch. Got all that stuff together. But I grabbed my camera bag, grabbed my book bag with my tablet stuff in it, got dressed because I was ready, about grab and go. Got on the train halfway here in Brooklyn, left my merch and my lunch. But I got everything else. I'm like, are you kidding me? You could be prepared and still leave stuff. So that stands for writing a checklist. That's my creative mind. Writing a checklist. I gotta write a checklist. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, you want to prepare, create a routine for resilience. You see what I'm saying? And write a checklist. Mindfulness practices. You want to engage, like I said, in meditation sometimes, just to be mindful, be in your thoughts, but you're going to make sure you have to have mental clarity that will reduce stress. Here's another bullet that's underneath that particular topic: physical fitness. Regular exercise can boost your mood and energy levels, making you better equipped to handle rejection. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. And no matter what life's rejections may bring, it could never ever penetrate you and your heart. That it gets you, okay, it's no. Listen, if it's no, it's not meant for me to work with you. All right, cool. I'm good with that. Because I'm going to tell you something. You can't try to capture everybody. I know somebody who's trying to capture everybody. It's not going to happen, champ. It's not going to happen, champ. You can't capture everybody. Sorry. You feel what I'm saying? Because not everybody want to go where you're going. And you are losing energy. And you're losing motivation. You're losing low count spirit just to be able to try to pull luggage that don't belong. If you're into making cakes or you're into cooking, why are you trying to pull a gamer to come with you? Listen, I realize not everybody's going to be about having a business mind, but I'm here to try to convince you as much as I can. Yo, try to start something even with your secular job because you have something to give. As long as I live, I have so much more to give. Physical fitness. Watch this. Another bullet underneath this particular topic we call create a routine of resilience. Here's another thing. Not only physical fitness, but watch this. Constant reflection. Now, be careful. Set aside time to regularly reflect, on what you want, your goals, your progress, even your emotional well-being. And I say be careful because sometimes we have, by the way, we have a video on this called We Have Too Many People Who Overthink Too Much. And you're a constant overthinker. And sometimes you can overthink your way out of the very thing you should have talked yourself in. You feel what I'm saying? You could have manifested the thing that you needed, but because you overly thought, sometimes you could overthink. You could start off with thinking about the good things. I want to do this. I want to do that. But as soon as you go into the subscribing to the if factor, but what if? What if it don't happen? What if I don't get the money I'm looking for? What if the people don't like what I have to offer? What if the people, you know what I'm saying? What if? You start to go in there and then watch this. That would take you, Chris Perez on YouTube. What's up, baby? Then you take yourself into another state that you try to leave, which is your insecurity state. And then now you start to think about the stuff that you're not. You start to think about the people that you're not. And comparison is a joy killer. You start comparing yourself to people, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't compare yourself to because you overly think your way. You are onto a good thing. But then you started to go right back into your insecure factor. You see what I'm saying? And now you got to go back and mentally get yourself out of that before you can get back to step one, which is where you were. Yo, if I'm saying something, y'all, come on, y'all. And Dave said me. Dave Kieran is on the line. You feel what I'm saying? And so you can overthink your way out. You know how many people who've thought their way out of $1,000,000 stuff, thought their way out of stuff that could have, and then watch this. And then now, 60, 70 years later, we are in this thing we call, now we reject ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Now we reject ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, now we don't want to accept us. Now you're talking to yourself, oh, if I would have, could have. Now you blaming others because it's crazy, y'all. I hope I get a chance to finish this, but now you're blaming others for something you decided to do, which would stick around when you're supposed to depart from certain people a long time ago. I know it hurts, but yeah. But let me move on. Embrace our community. You know what I'm saying? Diversity, you know what I'm saying, as strength. Listen, you want to make sure, your diversity as strength is something that's great. I think I put, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, diversity as strength. Watch this. Draw, excuse me, inspiration from the diverse experiences and backgrounds of people, around you. And that's why I tell you, about the different forms of people. Understanding different perspectives can provide comfort and new ideas, right? For tracking challenges, especially new challenges. That's why we have the 4 classes of people. Go to It's Life Podcast. I promise you, will help you out with understanding other people. And in fact, I'm gonna start teaching some of that curriculum here because it's relevant. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you allow for other people to talk you out of what your KNOW is. You're like, yo, I want to. You ever been in that particular place? You're so pumped up. You just had to share with a close person, and you're like, yo, I want to do X, Y, and Z. You pumped up, and they're like, nah. You mean you're trying to have your NO go against my KNOW? No, champ. I'm trying to tell you what I know that's going to hurt. Come on, it's going to work. It's going to work. Listen, diversity as strength. The people that are around you listen to different perspectives, although you have your KNOW. You know what I'm saying? Gabby, what's up? Nishar, what's up? Yeah, so again, you have your KNOW. So watch this. Peer support. You know what I'm saying? Connect with others who might be doing and going the same way, who've probably even experienced the same rejections you've come across. You know what I'm saying? So look for people who are like-minded in that particular area. Listen, I want you to know rejection is something that's hard to face, but it is the raw truth. I've come to the conclusion sometimes I'm not good at doing other people's jobs. Sometimes I'm not good at different rules. So I begin to create what is and the kind of life that I want to live in. So I could live by real principles that's going to help other people. Other people who want to help other people may not want to help other people the same way you want to help other people. So your ways are not other people's ways, and other people's ways are not your ways. God's ways are not yours. So it makes you think that your ways and all other people's ways are going to go with your way. That's why it's good to go peer hunting. Find other people to connect with that are going or have gone through the same similar experiences. Share your stories and strategies that can be incredibly improving what it is that you want. So share that. Understand you got other people that are out there doing what you want to do, but they're facing the same kind of rejection that you're facing. You feel what I'm saying? We're looking one day for somebody to pick up Yolanda's show. We're looking one day for somebody to pick up my brother who just came online, John Arrington's, movies. It's bigger than where they are right now. It's bigger than where they're going. You know what I'm saying? The people that they come across now are just a bridge port to where they're about to go. It's the same thing for you. Some people are a bridge to where you want to go. Use rejection as a learning tool. This is obvious. We know that. You got to get this, what you call specific feedback. One of the things as a brand ambassador that I had to learn at 55 Hudson Yards, we have what they call quarterly meetings. And that is to go back and reflect on your performance that quarter, because depending upon your performance will determine how much you'll be getting paid or that raise that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's good that you have those things with yourself. Let's see what we achieve. Let's see our pros and our cons. What was it that we're good? Let's ask friends, what am I good at? What am I not good at? I have people always calling me, Donald, you got to do this. You got to do that. Don't do that. Don't do this. Do that. But don't. And I'm like, okay, 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 okay. Writing stuff down. And sometimes some people will put so much thing on it that it's like, yo, maybe I should have made that change as soon as I went on live. Before I understood their perspective. Maybe that'll help them to understand that I understand what they're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? But specific feedback is always good, rather good, bad, or indifference, rather they like you and or not. Last but not least, reflect on each experience, because when you reflect on it, I promise you, y'all, what I'm saying, you could say to yourself without being, by the way, I don't care how much feedback you get, you are your own worst critic. I don't care what nobody say. You could be your own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all. So listen, I want to say this real quick, and I hope that rejection is something that we could prepare for this up and coming year until you get your yes. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, this has been brought to you by Blade, Fly the Future, and listen, it's always good to fly the future. If you're in the Hudson Yards area, Manhattan, and you know that you've been in a meeting and it went overboard and you got to get to the airport in about maybe in an hour, you could get there in just 5 minutes. All you got to do is go, if you're in the Hudson Yards area, right there, 30th Street, to be specific, in 11th Avenue, you're only 2 blocks away. And for 5 minutes, you could get there for a low price at $195. You are paying for, your convenience. And by the way, if you decided to purchase a ticket, rather it's to get to the airport and or not, or you want to have a little tour with them, please don't forget your boy to put in that code Donald F and F for Francis. And it'll take your $50, your first $50 off of your first, flight that you would your purchase. Listen, don't forget our sister, Yolanda Brathwaite, who have her audio book that's out right now for just a low cost of $12.99. It should have been like 100, $29.99. You feel what I'm saying? Because of what you're getting, all that you're getting out of her book, and it will be, but again, let's support our own. Let's support our own people. Please don't forget to support her. $12.99. Go right there on Amazon. In fact, she's having a wonderful, wonderful event that's coming up. Please go to her website, go to her page. You'll find all of those beautiful things that she's doing right there. And don't forget our family. I would reference them as their name first, but let me call them this: America New Network Family. And it's called Real Block. Yes, at Real Block Film, to be precise. That boy John Arrington right there, your boy Claude Sally and David Keown is looking like bosses. You know what I'm saying? They are now a part of that family, America New Network, and it's called Real Block Film. They have their new motion picture out. It's called Love. Go and see it. Listen, you got a problem with your girlfriend, you got a problem with your boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? And you went to therapy. Jesus, you went to therapy and couldn't do nothing. Look at that movie right there. You feel what I'm saying? And listen, but what you want to do to look at that movie, you want to go and you want to download the app America New Network. You see, when you download the app, you see what I'm saying? I want you to look for the title Love. You might not see it as soon as you download the app. You need to search for it. Keep scrolling after you type Love. Yo, stop playing. Type Love. And then when you see this beautiful poster, click onto it. listen, and be happy. I want to introduce something new to you. By the way, this is what you call a new spring water that's coming out. It's your boy. It's MRP's The Future Spring Water. Listen, MRP's The Future Natural Spring Water is a refreshing water that you can ever taste. You see what I'm saying? It's so good, it's so crisp, it's so clear that you could literally taste the spring in the water. You know what I'm saying? With its natural balance of 0 calories, you know what I'm saying, and minerals that contain MRP's The Future Natural Spring Water. It is the perfect way to stay hydrated and healthy. So listen, go pick you up a bottle. Go grab the bottle, y'all, and get you the future, y'all. MRP, The Future Natural Spring Water. Get yours today. And I'm going to tell you something. All you got to do is go right there, www, I'm saying, mreedproductions.com. Bars. Listen, would you like to, advertise your business right here on Manifested Thoughts Podcast? Listen, all you got to do is go to Manifested Thoughts 888 at gmail.com. Yo, listen, advertise your water, advertise your movie, advertise your business, your book right here. Go right there to Manifested Thoughts 888 at gmail.com. You feel what I'm saying? And advertise. Listen, everybody need to know who you are. Everybody need to know exactly what you're doing. Why? Because you are important. You feel what I'm saying? Advertise your stuff right here and let us do it for you. Bars. So happy. Listen, y'all, I'm so glad to have been able to speak to you about rejection. So many different times you're going to find us to get, be rejected about a lot of stuff. Rather, it's relationships, that loved one you want to go after. You're like, oh, yo, just got to have her, and then you're like, oh, you got to have him. No, and listen, but yet those particular individuals are not lining up to, what excuse me, I got my pump, what it is that you have been looking for according to the values of a particular individual and or person. You see what I'm saying? You might not, get the things that you want. You wanted that position. You feel what I'm saying? But you've been rejected. They're like, yeah, but this person is more confident. I'll never, ever forget having that kind of experience, of rejection. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy to have that kind of rejection. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, one of the things that I'm never going to reject are the things that I can do for myself. You feel what I'm saying? One of the things that I can do for myself right now is to help share with you what it is, which is called our giveaways. And I want y'all to see this real quick, and I'll be right back with our closing remarks. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Donald Francis, and welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast, where we're helping people bring their imagination into reality. Yo, we're already giving away gifts, and we're only a few subscribers in. The only thing you have to do is go to Manifested Thoughts 888 at gmail.com. One more time, Manifested Thoughts 888 at gmail.com. After you do that, you'll type in giveaways and type in one of the topics that we talked about on our platform. And bam, it's over. Just like that. Back to the program. Gonna hit the ground
running. Did you notice the climate between cops and citizens? They think we're the problem.
I know, all right, I know.
We got Jay.
Tommy is a good cop. He's one of our own.
This is a direct response to all the pain we carry.
What did I do?
Well, since you don't remember, I'm gonna help you out.
Tommy, you didn't think he was gonna let him and his friend do it.
We just need to talk to him about a few things.
Find him!
Judah should be the last of those.
Order in my courtroom now.
Yeah, y'all. So listen, real quick before we go, I want to give a shout out to certain people because we are on our way out. I wanted to say, uh, wow, good to see you, Henry Watkins, and happy belated birthday to Mr. Henry Watkins. Angela Hall, good to see you. She said, rejection can be a beast. Absolutely. Daryl, what's up, my dude? Oh man, good to see you, bro. Top of the morning. You know what I'm saying? Nicole, good to see you. Phil, good to see you. Dave Q, good to see you. Is that Ashley? Is that Maja? Good to see you. If I say your name wrong, I'm messing people's names up. Oh my God. Ron, good to see you. Please, I hope you come back. Hassan, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Again, Dave Q, you up here like all day. You feel what I'm saying? Good to see you, Victors. Good to see you. Wow, Sherry Davis, good to see you. Yolanda Brathwaite on the line. My boy Alonzo's watching. Lynette, good to see you again. Kamal, oh, what's up? Eddie Saunders, what's up, boy? Good to see you, my guy. Gabby, good to see you. John Arrington on the line. Michael, what's going on, bro? And again, on our business line, Louis Torres, good to see you. Henry Torres, good to see you. Also, I want to give a shout out for those of them on YouTube. My boy Chris Perez, good to see you. Tiff, good to see you. Henry Torres, you here too? Good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Listen, I want to say, listen, it's always like Angela Ho said, you know what I'm saying? Rejection could be a beast, but let rejection be the very thing to make you stronger, you know? And I like to look at rejection as you ripping muscles when you're in the gym. And clearly I don't get there, but you rip muscles. And if you're not sore the next day, right, then you haven't worked out. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to put that work in. Listen, do me a favor. Don't give up so easy. Don't give up so easily, y'all. The first 10, the first 20, know your no. No matter what people say about the N-O, know your K-N-O-W. Know your no. Listen, y'all, I'm so happy that y'all all in line. We're here every single day, beside weekends, 10:30 in the morning. We start 10:30 sharp. You get your notifications by 10:25. You feel what I'm saying? Please don't forget to look out for flashes. Our, again, Real Block Film, they're coming out with that short film, although, you know what I'm saying, they just released their motion picture. They're doing it big. They're still shooting. They got other stuff that they're doing. Please go out and support each other. Listen, like I said, let me know if you wanted to, advertise your stuff here. I would be more than happy to do so. Listen, we're going to pick the winner for our monthly giveaway. All right. And so that's going to be on Friday. All right. So please let us know. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my guy? Carol. Oh, that's Carolyn. Carolyn, good to see you. Listen, y'all, if you didn't catch, you know what I'm saying, our today's presentation, by the way, please spread the word. We have a 4:00 surprise presentation. All right, same concept in a different way. I have a special guest from Jerome. I call him the Dread. You know what I'm saying? He have what they call the podcast, Handsome Men Problem Podcast. He's going to come on and expound more about rejection. So if there anybody who couldn't make 10:30, meet me here again, right here, YouTube, Facebook at 4 p.m. All right. And I think we'll be doing some call-ins at the same time. Again, Friday, we're going to be picking our winner. And by the way, I want to show y'all how we pick our winner. By this thing right here, let me show you because I got one more minute. I put your name in this wheel right here, and I press this like this, and it will go. And no matter, we know Nakia was the one who won the last time. That's why I kept it in. But if they were playing again, Wade would obviously win this one. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we do it. All right. And we're going to do it again on Friday. But please do me a favor. Go to manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? To enter into the giveaway. Don't do it the same day. Do it this week. All right. Look, this is your boy Donald Francis, and this is Manifested Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. And until tomorrow at 10:30, I love each and every one of you. May God continue to bless y'all. I love you. Merry Christmas, and this new year is yours. And until tomorrow, over and out. And I say peace, y'all. Love y'all to the fullest.